Good morning, invaders.
And Panthers.
Welcome back to our third show.
Please stand for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
As you probably know, the Drama Club's annual showcase will be the 26th, 27th, and 28th of this month. Curtain time is 6:30 p.m.
This year's performances of the Disney musical Freaky Friday.
We had Ava and Celia, two of the show's stage managers, interview some of the cast members.
Hi guys, we're here checking out this year's production of Freaky Friday. Are you guys ready?
I'm Ava, and I'm here with Miss Davitt, one of the show's producers. What are you most excited about for this year's show?
I'm most excited that after having such a successful show last year that we have a lot of new faces on and off stage that joined us for Drama Club this year.
What are you most nervous about?
Honestly, I'm most nervous about anyone in my show or my crew getting sick before or leading up to the days of the show.
What is your favorite song from the show?
I think my favorite song would have to be the song titled Busted because it's a big number that has most of the entire cast in it.
Sounds great. Can't wait to see the show. Looks like it is going to be a fantastic show. Ticket sales began yesterday. Make sure you purchase your ticket for $5 during lunch. Don't wait to buy your tickets. They may sell out.
Due to recent health concerns within our district, the school board has decided to be proactive and temporarily relocate the students of Northeast Intermediate to our school.
The school board voted this week to begin maintenance on the ventilation system at Northeast. The students should be back to their old school upon the completion of the work.
We understand the frustrations among so many people, but we want to take the time to make our Northeast friends feel welcomed in our school. We know these changes are hard, but let's try and make the best of this situation.
What is your name?
My name is Ms. Rusovich. I teach 7th grade life science.
How are you adjusting?
It's been a little difficult, but all the students here and all the teachers here are very determined to make sure that we can do everything we can to make sure the kids are getting the education they need. So it's been tricky, but we're fighting through it.
What are some differences between West and Northeast?
Well, obviously, we don't have the same classrooms as we used to. We're all working now with these open concepts, these open floor plans. It's something I was a substitute for many years before I got hired to teach at Northeast. So it's something I was used to from subbing, but when you get used to living to working in a classroom for so long, going back to having the open rooms, it can be a little bit tricky of a switch.
What's your name?
Apranik.
What grade are you in?
6th.
How are you adjusting to your new school?
It's pretty decent. The fact I don't like is that most of the rooms don't have walls, and I could hear other classes. So.
What are some differences between Northeast and West?
Northeast has walls, and West doesn't.
How do you feel about the open space?
I don't like it because I could hear other classes.
Thank you. What's your name?
Miss McIntyre.
What grade do you teach?
I teach 6th grade,
What subject do you teach?
social studies.
How are you adjusting?
The adjustments have been difficult. It's definitely taking some getting used to, but we're just trying to hang in there and try our best for our students.
What are some differences compared to Northeast and now?
There's definitely been a lot of differences to get used to. Obviously, the lack of walls is an adjustment. Not having our old classrooms, we've also lost half of our staff because they're all at South now. So, again, just taking some getting used to.
How's the open space been affecting you and your students?
It's been a little bit of a challenge. I've tried to kind of make some makeshift walls and block off as much of the open area as possible, but hallway noise and hearing the classrooms around us has been making it a little more difficult to hear my students.
What grade are you in? 6th. How are you adjusting?
Good. It's nice here.
What are some differences between your old school and now your new school?
The walls.
How do you feel about the open space?
Nice. It's nice to see new people and new faces.
That's great. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Kohut, and I teach 6th grade reading.
How are you adjusting?
We're adjusting fairly well. Actually, the kids did a great job adjusting, and the biggest challenge definitely is the open space. We're in the middle of the library, so a couple periods it's a little loud in here with the cafeteria, and but the kids are doing the best that they can to try and keep focused, me as well.
Hi, what's your name?
Mrs. Cabot's.
What grade do you teach?
I teach 6th grade.
What subject do you teach?
I teach social studies.
How are you adjusting?
Well, everyone has been very gracious and very welcoming, but it's been really difficult. I think probably the most difficult thing has been just feeling like we're guests in someone else's home, and so it doesn't feel as comfortable as when you're just at home. But everybody has been very welcoming. I think it's harder on our kids. I think that I'm adjusting okay, although I don't have a classroom and I have to kind of wheel all of my materials around. That's probably the hardest thing, is not having one place to kind of call your own.
Hi, what's your name? What grade are you in? How are you adjusting?
Okay, I guess.
What are some differences between Northeast and West?
There are no stairs.
How do you feel about the open space?
It's different.
Thank you.
We had Celia and I interview students and faculty from Northeast Intermediate and their opinions toward our school. Seems like everyone is adjusting. Soon enough, we will have all these Panthers bleeding blue and saying West is best.
I'm not so sure about that, Ava. Those nights are hard to turn. It's so nice to see how we're all coming together. Our rivalry is such an amazing tradition, which will continue hopefully for generations. But the big picture is we are all part of one community, the Scranton School District, and that community is strong.
Great point, Cam. In honor of St. Patrick's Day, we asked students and faculty members around the school where they thought leprechauns live.
Let's cut to Bella and Sam.
Hi, what's your name and grade?
Noah Burns, 8th grade.
And where do you think a leprechaun lives?
They live in these funny little holes in the ground. They're green, covered in grass, sometimes leaves.
What's your name and grade?
Elijah Norville, 8th grade.
And where do you think a leprechaun lives?
Inside of some kind of cauldron.
Okay. What's your name and what grade are you in?
Jose, and I'm in 7th.
Where do you think a leprechaun lives?
In a Lucky Charms box.
What's your name and grade? Christian Koski, 8th grade. And where do you think a leprechaun lives?
I actually don't know what to say. I don't know the answer to this. The rainbow.
No answer.
The dead rainbow. Well, then why are you asking me?
Come on, give us a
Okay, what am I going to say?
At the end of a rainbow. I'm saying the end.
Okay.
What's your name and grade?
Christopher Raymer, I'm in 7th grade.
And where do you think a leprechaun lives?
At the end of a rainbow.
What's your name and what grade do you teach?
Mr. Dwight, he's 7th grade social studies.
And where do you think a leprechaun lives?
St. Patricksville.
What's your name and what grade are you in?
Kendall Antoine, and I'm in 7th grade.
Where do you think a leprechaun lives?
Oh my. Probably where his pot of gold is, at the end of the rainbow.
Hilarious. I personally think a leprechaun lives secretly in a box of Lucky Charms, right, Ava?
Sure, Cam, whatever you think. As usual, we asked you guys during our last show to send us your snaps.
Here are a few of our favorites.
Be sure to keep sending your snaps into @BleedBlueTV.
And remember, West is best.